Hi everyone, it's January 11th. I'm David Rieder, and we are off deck. Joining us today is Matt Grevers. Matt's returning to competition this weekend at the Austin Pro Swim Series, the Arena Pro Swim Series in Austin. It's his first meet since Olympic trials this summer and his first meet since he became a dad to Skyler Grevers in November. Matt, thanks for coming on today. How's everything going?
It's good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so what's life been like as a dad these past few months?
It's different. I think a lot of your individual freedoms kind of go out the door. Life is now about nurturing and caring for this new human being, and it's really cool and rewarding. It's different, very different. Less sleep, obviously,
hmm
but Annie does all the hard work anyway, so I just get to kind of enjoy this new being that we brought in the world.
So what's the day like if you don't sleep and you're still training? How does that work trying to balance all that?
Well, the first few weeks it was rough. Training was not its best. The coaches would ask, like, "So how much sleep last night?" I was like, "It wasn't good," and they're like, "We can tell." But it's gotten better now that we kind of have the routine down. And there's one point where Annie and I were both getting up for most of her night fussiness and feedings and changings, and we've kind of learned that you only need one adult to take care of that at night, and which is mostly Annie. It's an unfair gig, but she has the milk producer, so I guess she gets the brunt of the work. But yeah, it's been better now. The last few weeks, I've gotten really good training in. Done a lot of doubles again. First time in a long time. I've kind of amped up the workload,
hmm
and it's going well with Skyler around. Really, it's just coming home and relaxing with her on my chest or my legs, and she's just a pretty awesome baby.
Yeah. So let's shift gears and talk about training a little bit. So when did you really get back into training, and how tough was it to kind of commit to training again?
Well, USA Swimming had a rule, kind of or a contract you signed right after trials that if you got third, you were considered an alternate. And in case something went wrong, you had to stay in shape. So
hmm
I actually was in the water right away, right after trials, and stayed in shape until whatever the deadline was. And that was kind of hard just because I wasn't training for anything. There was no real goal. I assumed that I wasn't going to be used as an alternate, and it was frustrating to kind of go fast at those times too. Um, just yeah, knowing that I missed the boat, and then I took I don't know, a month off, maybe more, but I was always training some way. Maybe not training with a purpose, but still staying in shape, going in the weight room, trying to stay strong, and I think that was more for appearance reasons than for any sport accomplishments.
Yeah.
And then I don't really know when I went full steam. I would say probably in October, started really getting back after it. And yeah, it's been going well since.
hmm So you mentioned trials and getting third. So what were the emotions like that whole week when you realized that it wasn't going to happen again?
Um, yeah, they're pretty bad. Pretty dark time for me, uh, which is kind of crazy. I've had a very fortunate life to consider that a dark time. But yeah, I think once you're an elite level swimmer, you don't prepare yourself to not accomplish your goals. You only envision accomplishing them. So I was only prepared for making the team, and to look up at the board and see third, I just wasn't ready for it. It didn't compute right away, and it took a while for really just my mind to grasp that I wasn't going to be with my friends going to Rio.
hmm
It was sad, but it is the sport, and it's one of the reasons I love the sport is you got to be your best on race day, and I just got out raced.
Yeah.
So it's the best guys went. They got some medals. I was a little jealous watching Team USA just rocket over there, but really super happy. I watched as many events as I could. I was traveling a tiny bit, but it was awesome to just see them kill it.
Yeah. So after the 100 back, you swam a couple more races, the 100 free, and then you swam the 200 back once. What was that for? Was it something for you personally that you wanted to do a little bit more?
Well, I still thought I could make the 100 free
hmm
um, all the way through, even the prelim, since I'd had kind of a rough night with the 100 back the previous night. I thought I was like, okay, after prelims, I made it to semis. Like we can get going from here. And even the first 50 of the semis, I was like, okay, I feel good. Like I'm back. The last 25, I just crashed. So really, up in that point, up into the last 25 of the semis of the 100 free, I thought I was still had a chance. And then the 200 backstroke, I think I was just defeated. And it's a little embarrassing to say that I mentally quit or mentally wasn't strong enough to keep going throughout the meet, but I guess you can't control your emotions fully. Or at least I can't control my emotions fully. So I kind of thought that was the end. And so yeah, race that one race. I knew I didn't have it. I wasn't gonna go 154 with those guys. So I called it quits.
Yeah. What got you through the next month? What were the uplifting points of the next month, 2 months?
Sorry, you lagged out a tiny bit there.
What kept you going over the next month, the next 2 months?
Yeah. Well, again, that next month was that contract
Hmm.
that USA Swimming had a sign saying that we were going to stay in shape and peak performance condition just in case anything happened. And then after that, really it was just I've always been kind of addicted to feeling good and staying in shape. And feeling good, I mean the endorphin rush that exercise gives you. So that's kind of what got me going then. And now again, it's back to goals and performance. I want to try to make this world's team. And
Hmm.
I don't even know if David Plummer's swimming or not. I got to figure that out. But I'd like a rematch with those guys this summer. And yeah, try to get on the world stage again and have another meet with yeah all my friends.
Yeah. Ryan Murphy obviously won gold in the 100 back, broke the world record. Did you get a chance to talk with him at all before that or after that about kind of continuing that U.S. backstroke legacy, which you were very much a part of?
Uh, Barely. We Aaron Pearsall kind of set up this little letter system, so we sent him an email, just basically trying to take the pressure off and saying I was proud of him and David for everything they've been able to do, and no matter what happens, result wise in Rio, I was still proud of him and I was proud of him. Like he did amazing. So did David. And it's hard to put that pressure on such a young person, but obviously the legacy part of it, to say, hey, we've won gold forever, like keep it up. And he dealt with it very well. I didn't want to add that pressure, but he delivered, and you can just tell he's a racer and he's going to be good for a very long time.
Yeah.
He did send me a letter after, just or an email after, just being the nice guy that he is, just saying um, he appreciated my mentorship over the years, and yeah, he's just a great dude.
Yeah. So shortly after that, you went to Hawaii. You were with the Junior Pan Pacs team, and then you had a little bit of a vacation. So, but being with the Junior Pan Pacs team, what was that experience like for you?
It makes me realize I'm still a kid. I definitely meshed in with the team well, the athletes and the coaching staff as well. It was really cool to see the coaching side at that elite level, and these kids just have their whole future ahead of them. And I'd like to envision my 18-year-old, 17-year-old self at that time, and just the goals you can set. And, like the boundaries are limitless for them, and it was really cool to have some talks, some speeches with them, and try to inspire them and have them learn from my life stories, swim stories, and it was just awesome. I think it was very well received, and I didn't get to do too much technical work. I didn't think that was my position there at the time, but I think I'd like to do that role too. So it gave me a taste of what coaching could be like, and I liked it.
Hmm. You're still swimming with Rocket at U of A, right?
Rick Daman, he's the man.
So how's that different? You've been there almost a decade now. So how has that training evolved?
Rick Demont has a different program every season. Nothing to get stale to get stale with over here. He's ever evolving, ever inventing, thinking of new ways to be fast and new technical drills. So it's 10 years. It feels like I said, every season's is different. And yeah, he's the man. And I felt bad for him at trials because it was user error. It was my fault not making the team. I raced that final race, I think, poorly, which, as a veteran, you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to be mentally tough and savvy. race savvy. But I felt bad because he put a lot into it, and I felt like he deserved the happiness of his swimmer making the team. But he's always so uplifting. He's inspiration. His attitude towards everything, and he's just a pretty happy guy and a positive person to be around.
Yeah. So your first meet in 6 months. I don't know when the last time you took this long off of competing. So what's that going to be like, and what do you expect out of yourself?
I have no idea what to expect. My training's been a little different.
Sure.
I did do was that yeah, a couple weeks ago we did 3 doubles in a row for me, which was a lot for Christmas training. And I don't know if I'm going to be tired, broken down here. I'm gonna clip actually for the meet just to give myself a little extra oomph. I have a tier photo shoot after, and they want you to be looking nice anyway. So all that chest hair doesn't look great in photos. So I'm gonna clip for that, and hopefully that'll give me a little extra speed. I would hope to be in the 53 mid to low range again in the 100 backstroke. And if I'm not, it's not a big deal, but that's still kind of what I'm thinking. I'm just doing the 50 free and 100 back, so it's a nice, easy schedule.
So how long do you think you can keep doing this? How long do you want to keep doing this?
As long as I can support my family, I would like to keep swimming. It's a passion that I've always loved, and it's the lifestyle I'd choose if I could. I do realize that the longevity, it's not going to last forever, and the security of swimming isn't there. If you're supporting just yourself, then you can handle the risks of maybe not swimming well a couple seasons, but if you have a wife and child, you need to make sure you're providing for them. So that's the only reason why I'd maybe leave the sport earlier than I really wanted. But yeah, as long as I'm swimming well, I'd like to keep swimming. And I definitely am not going to make a hard commitment to 2020. That's a long time away, and who knows what my body can handle. But yeah, as long as I'm doing well, I'd like to keep swimming.
Yeah. So you mentioned, having a wife and child, you're going to be leaving them back home for a couple days. What's that going to be like?
Yeah, it's scary, I guess. Annie, like I said, she's the commander behind this operation. She's I think if it was reversed, if Annie was leaving me with Skyler alone, then I'd be a little more scared. But she's in super safe hands, and I think maybe they'll enjoy some ladies time alone. And I'm actually a little excited. I'm gonna miss them terribly, I'm sure, but I'm also excited to get some nights of good sleep.
Yeah, for sure. Hotel bed might not compare, but certainly it'll be nice.
That's true. That's true.
Well, Matt, appreciate it. Good luck this weekend. It's going to be fun to watch. And we'll talk to you down the road. Thanks so much.
Great. Thanks, David.
Yep. Again, I'm David Rieder. That's Matt Grevers here on Off Deck this week. Good luck to Matt this weekend at the Arena Pro Swim Series in Austin. Thanks for watching Off Deck. We'll see you next time.